So I always like to start off the deck text for this deck because someone always likes to pipe up and ask, Jeff, does playing this deck make you the bad guy? And the basis of the am I the bad guy question comes with the implication that there are good guys fighting here in Historic as well. And that's decidedly not the case. Historic is what I like to describe as a Batman scenario. Nobody's really good so much as there's a billionaire beating up poor people and the mentally unwell that you could root for if you're into that sort of thing. So this is more Batman control rather than a bad guy or a good guy. So we've got some Archmage's Charms, we've got some Shark Typhoons, we got Fatal Pushes and Thoughtseizes. Really, the big thing that stands out as being powerful in this deck is all creatures get -3/-3, and then you also get to cast a 3-mana spell. So you'll frequently like Expertise and then Charm to draw cards, or Narset, or Sea and Sky to play to the board, etc. Do we want channel lands in this deck? One blue channel land might be pretty free. I could see that. Thanks for the subgift, anonymous subgifter. I don't know that the black channel land is free because I only have one black source, and I want the swamp to be able to search up with field. I think one blue channel land seems fine. I don't think I need 3 basic islands. I'll probably bounce something in a useful way at some point with this. We also have some legendary creatures that make it cheaper too, which is cute. So let's jump on into some games with this and see if we can get some W's today. Do I play Pokemon Go with any regularity? Yeah. I log in and catch a Pokemon every single day on Pogo, and like they just dropped the new Alolan Pokemon, so I've been doing that. I haven't been doing their PvP so much anymore because it's just such a huge resource thing to get into. I really wish Pogo would make their PvP more accessible, because the core game system for Pokemon Go PvP I think is actually really good and fun. It's just so hard to get and build new reasonable Pokemon. Thanks for the prime, Berkey. Gotta mulligan the one-lander here. This is fine. So, tapped on 1, untapped on 2, untapped on 3. I think the entire XL candy system in Pokemon Go should probably be torn down and rethought. The regular system that they have is also kind of awkward, but the XL system is just pretty exceptionally bad. I'm gonna take their K command, because otherwise they could just K command back anything else that I take here. Now, before anybody wants to go and accuse my opponent of being the good guy in this matchup, I'd like to point out the fact that, one, they're playing a bunch of 1-mana discard spells as well, and they're also playing, like, Darcy and Unholy Heat. Heck, there's probably a good chance they're also on Archmage's Charms, so, like... Okay, I'm gonna draw 2 here, so we can hopefully hit a land and then sweep the board. Yeah, they're also a Luris deck. Perfect, this is exactly what I was talking about. We get to Expertise and clean up, and then we get to Narset and start building card advantage.
Mind and body should know I have just the trick for this. Meditate and prepare.
Man versus the Penguin. Yeah, something like that. Oh, you know what? I'm probably supposed to cycle Shark Typhoon there to try and hit my land. Didn't matter. Played perfect. Doomblade sounds good. Meathook Massacre sounds lovely. Shadow's Verdict's actually probably fine too, honestly. Extra Cling to Dust sounds fine. Probably a good chance to run things like Mystic Dispute Postboard, Commit, and Kefnet sound a little bit expensive and clunky. Ashiok too, for that reason. Maybe we trim a Thoughtseize. I don't think I want to draw more than one of those per game. Some Thoughtseizes are fine, like they're going to have counter spells postboard we want to poke through, but also a good chance they're going to be pressuring our life total, which makes the 2 life on this come at a real liability. The Thoughtseizes also have some value in this matchup because you can usually have a window where you get to Thoughtseize their companion after they draw it. This could be a spell this game, so I'm gonna go ahead and play Shipwreck Marsh tapped on one here. It'll give us something worth interacting with. We'll Fetid Pools. I'm just gonna do this. There's a good chance they don't have a lot of removal in their deck post board, and a card like this can just take over the game, drawing an extra card each turn. Yep. I really can't overstate how good control decks are in this format. This blue-black deck is consistently the most powerful thing I've played for the last, I don't know, 6 months on the arena ladder for Historic. It's leaning into and doing all of the things that the most powerful decks in this format want to be doing. Not even just islands. Archmage's Charm is correct. Card's very good. Should probably be on the list of considerations for nerfs for the format. This hand right here, by the way, chat, is why there's 1 Drowned Catacomb in our deck and there's 4 Shipwrecked Marsh. Ooh, enchantments in Historic, you say? Hey, nice, Bob. That's a sick raise. Sedge.
I must train harder.
I think we gotta counter Destiny Spinner, because otherwise we won't be able to counter anything else they do. Yeah, this channel land's gonna get to bounce the Banishing Light, which is nice. So I need to wait to bounce the Banishing Light until they can't recast it.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Put thoughtfulness before action.
This deck is just so dumb. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. And again, like, there to continue along with the there are no heroes in this format sub theme. Like, you almost feel bad for my opponent, and then you realize that they're playing Solemnity 9 live, so again, I am Batman beating up another villain, and they are not the hero in this story. Casual Big Daddy, thanks for the follow. We also aren't particularly a good person for doing what we're doing, but neither are they, and they are going to get what they deserve. All right. We have spot removal for their cheap early Darkos. I don't think I want Mystic Dispute here. I think we just run it. You could compare us to the Punisher instead of Batman if that's your preferred anti-hero. Show me your secrets. Tutelage is a little scary. That being said, they're gonna mill me into a commit to memory. So yeah,
Open mind. Just the trick for this. I have practiced against many. Meditate and prepare.
I have a sweeper in my deck right now, so Hallowed Haunting's a little scary.
Hone your prowess.
Can you explain to me why I shouldn't play a 3/4 that draws a card every time it attacks?
miss your company.
You know what? I messed this game up pretty badly. The Hallowed Haunting getting down was a big deal. Oh, it's just a good magic card. It's good. It's good against decks where you want to draw extra cards, which for me is all of them, chat. I don't think I actually want to adjust how we're sideboarded here. Maybe Aether Gust isn't good enough. It's probably fine. I was unlucky that they drew the Hallowed Haunting in between Thoughtseizes. Sometimes Magic be like that. The one consistent thread I see, like I think my personal favorite is when someone will come in and they'll be like, Jeff, how does this deck win? And I like have a creature in play, and it's just like, well, the answer is it wins by attacking with the creature it has in play. And it's just like, sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. I know a lot of people fancy themselves big brain intellectuals while they play Magic the Gathering, but really it's not that complicated of a game. There's some funny edge cases that come up with some consistency, but in general. I'll take the Sterling Grove, I think. This could go either way. They actually have a lot of creatures in these post-board games. Maybe I'm supposed to have sweepers in my deck. It's kind of close here. Take their card draw.
Hey, chat. I'm sorry I left you alone with him for so long.
Thank you, honey.
Did chat miss me?
Of course they missed you.
Oh, good.
Good chance we just died at this wedding announcement. So, it's a good pickup, though. It's a decent one, too. Hey, what's going on, Min-Max? Thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it.
Delightfully friendly.
Okay, so 2 cards in their bin. Start by attacking with this and see what we get. It's not terrible. Is it a hard cast Shark Typhoon angle, chat? It's a hard cast Shark Typhoon angle.
All your fears are given form.
Shark Typhoon is a big part of what makes this deck so good, because of games like that where they have cards that are problems that we can't answer in our deck, but we just like cast Shark Typhoon and we just actually get to attack and kill them. Krista was cleaning in the basement yesterday and took my roll of paper towels, Chip. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I intended to keep that first hand and I clicked the wrong button. Forgive me. We are incidentally very ready for the fish, chat. For 4 1 mana leaks. Get in my deck, please. What do we want to trim here? Our Archmage's Charms are probably a little clunky. Probably don't want to draw too many Thoughtseizes. Let's trim around the edges here. Honestly, all the Narsets are probably good. They're Uncharted Course and Archmage's Charms. And other things that draw. Here's the easiest way, chat, to ask yourself, is a 4+ mana creature card likely playable in Historic? Does that creature die to Unholy Heat with Delirium? If the answer is yes, then the card you're asking about probably isn't Historic playable. They have a lot of counter magic. Actually need to rip the Test of Talents here. It's 2 cards, Spell Pierce. Oh, sometimes it be like that, chip. It really depends on what kind of value it's getting, Kyle. Because a lot of the decks that are hitting you with Unholy Heat, they leverage the tempo gain from it really well, right? It's not just that. It's not just that you're... Let me just turn off the Fires deck. We died to control and we died to aggro. It didn't seem very good. That is super aggressive.
Those who cannot perceive never thoughtfulness before action.
Any of the Fires decks seemed good so far. Yeah, Grixis was fine. Temur was fine. Jeskai Fires is probably good. We're explicitly playing like bad versions of Fire so far. Just to get those out of the way to start. I'm sure someone's probably gonna break some kind of Jeskai Fires for the upcoming set championship in the middle of the month. Set championship is what, in a week and a half? You have gained control of my shark.
Interesting technique. I won't forget it. Keep an open mind. I know 88 ways. I have just the trick for this.
This is for the person that was asking about Sea and Sky earlier. People always ask about this card. This game really shows off the power of it. It blocks on board for a turn or two a lot of the time. And then it just like chills like this. Hey chat, you want to see a really neat trick? I'm gonna play this Narset, and then the other Narset's gonna die, and that'll trigger Revolt, so I could Fatal Push this Brazen Borrower. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Present and hone your prowess. You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Well, with the pass here, I just pass back, right? Because I can Shark Typhoon for 1 plus Fatal Push. Extra. Show me your secrets. Oh God, I didn't want to know, chat. I didn't want to know. Yeah, I think it's Dispute Pass. Okay, so we're gonna get, what, 4 looks at a sweeper? We're gonna get a draw step, and then the following turn we'll get Sea and Sky, draw step, search for Azcanta. We're taking 7 in combat here. If they draw another Lord, we're dead. They just drew another counter spell because that's how this goes. Just actual 0 selection or anything. Just running counter spells, the top 2 cards of their deck. Make all right choices, die anyways, chat. Doesn't mean we failed, that's just life. Magic the Gathering's a good life emulator in a lot of ways. Wake up, sheeple, the truth is out there. Yeah, honestly, Turf Doctor, like, playing other games on stream as part of my regular content cycle makes the kind of variance baked into Magic feel a lot less bad. If you're someone that, like, the variance isn't able to roll off you and you can't laugh about it, you should probably take a short break from Magic or at least mix in something else. If the variance in Magic feels too frustrating, it probably means you're too all in and you're tying your emotional happiness to one thing. There's a ton of great games out there, whether it's Horizon or Pokemon Unite or any of the other great titles that have released recently. Yeah, the same thing too. Like, Unite's a game that has variance in it with teammates. Pivot off it sometimes. Speaking of variance, in peak Magic Arena variance, the client has now locked up on the draw screen, so let's go ahead and restart. How you doing, folks? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. What a great time while I reload to plug one of our wonderful sponsors, Coalescence Apparel. If you're not a Control player and you want to be part of the Attack You Alphas, or lots of other fantastic Magic-themed shirts that they have, checking out their wonderful stuff is a great way to support my content. Use code HOGLANDIA to save 10% on your orders there. I dream of a Magic formats where Attack You is a good thing to be doing again. Oh, someone in chat seems to be confused. I talked about games being fun and enjoying what you're playing, so Souls-like games don't fall under that category. It doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of overlap with Magic players and Souls-like players, though, because I'm confident that a majority of Magic players are masochists. And being a masochist is required for playing a Souls-like game, so fits well. I think I'm going to stick to the flip schedule that I started this week. The metrics for Pokemon Unite have been better in the afternoon compared to the morning, and the metrics for Horizon are about the same regardless of when I start it. So if the variety segment's a wash and Unite's better in the afternoon, they're going to stick to Unite in the afternoons. $80 hours into Elden Ring, and yeah. Listen, chat, I don't kink shame. If you're into suffering, more power to you. I ain't here to judge. I mean, I assume people enjoy watching other people play Elden Ring for much of the same reason people like to watch others play Magic the Gathering. Which is to say, people like to know that they're not the only ones suffering. It's a shared misery experience type thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just KO this, so that way I can't attack my Narset. My hobbies are Magic, Elden Ring, crying, and hating my hobbies. Oh, that's great. I'm just chilling on the Archmage charm here again. Probably just gonna go ahead and draw 2 again if they just pass. Don't give me something worth counterspelling. Show me your secrets. What is their foretold card here? Is it the Make Angels card? It might be the Make Angels card. Yeah, it could be Doom Foretold too. They're definitely a little bit on the controlling side.
For the sake of all Innistrad, my will must.
You know what they say, chat? Third Archmage's charm. No, really, that's all they say. Third Archmage's charm. Alright, we're gonna find out if their card is Doomscar. Narrator, it was not Doomscar. Alright, so they have some kind of graveyard sub-theme here, right? Because of Archfiend's Vessel. So I definitely want an extra Cling to Dust. Commit might be fine too, as just a random answer problem thing. This could be a first cages, right? I don't want cages after that though. They didn't have that much graveyard stuff. We only saw that one card. I'm gonna board in the Meathook and the Shadow's Verdict and cut the Expertises. So they didn't have a lot of things, but like these could clean up like a 5/5 demon in a pinch. I'm sure my Thoughtseize. This match probably comes to top deck. So also there's a chance my life total gets low and I can't afford to have a lot of these. Oh, we can see what the Foretold card was actually. You're right. It was a Doomscar. Sweet. Okay, yeah. So they're on the more controlling aspect of things. I want to negate. If that's the case, let's do that. Leave a couple of fatal pushes for 5/5s again, but... Well, one of the 4/4s would have just gotten taken away by my Ashiok that was already on board, right, Kyle? It's so weird to me that we're getting a next set first look and they haven't started, and we don't have alchemy. We don't have alchemy cards yet, right? Like why are we getting a next set first look when we don't know what's coming up in the upcoming alchemy release? That's such a weird timing. some anti-synergy here. Was the alchemy release a lie? No, it's definitely coming.
I bring war broken. You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
This could just be like a down tick Soaring, play second Soaring, down tick again angle for them next turn. I think I'm going Field of Ruin so I can field their creature land and then drone in the Loch this turn. Well, so I don't know if anybody's actually looked at the set release, but the next standard set after New Capenna is Rotation, right? So it looks like, based on the release cycle they've given us, we're going to have a pretty long gap in between Capenna and the next standard set. We could also have Rotation earlier than the fall. There's a Dominaria set this summer. Do we know that?
Deal with this annoyance. No cost.
That's not true, right? Is that guaranteed to be the case? Okay, so what if we fire up Hive of the Eye Tyrant and crash into Soaring here? I think I'm into it, right? It's like their last resource. Because this way, they either have to save Soaring or kill my Sea and Sky. I think either of those outcomes I'm happy with. Yeah, I think this exchange is good for us, right? Cheesy Pastries, thanks for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. I almost feel bad about this. Almost. Almost, chat. Well, yeah, but so rotation is usually like September, October, right? So if the next set is in May, if rotation happens at the normal-ish time, there's like 4 or 5 months after Capenna until rotation, right? It could mean that we're just getting in August. I mean, we know Dominaria United is coming. Do they give us an actual release date, though? I'm aware of what sets are coming up. The Lord of the Rings sets is until 2023. We only get a Modern Horizon set, a Modern Master set every other year. Yeah, Modern doesn't rotate again until 23. Handful Rune Modern, Twitter told me so. Sounds right. Gandalf Runes Modern. This I know because the Twitter told me so. Modern rotates, so the joke is that Modern rotates every time. Modern rotates every time they print a Modern Horizon set. The Thalias shall continue until morale improves, chat. The Thaliaing shall continue. Thank God Shark Typhoon's correct. Alright, well they can't collect a company because Thalia is symmetrical. So we got that going for us. It's pretty good. This Lion Sash huge. Thalia is such a boomer card, truth. No, I want to Shark Typhoon ambush the Esper Sentinel in combat here. White loves taxing you. Does that make them the actual factual deck? I know taxes are great. Taxes pay for lots of important things that help lots of people. Taxes are a good thing, actually.
No one is more prepared to hone your prowess.
Let's just not kill the Lion Sash, unfortunately. Well, I mean, when you have an infrastructure grid that's as solid and stable as Texas has one, like, you don't even really need the taxes anymore because you don't have anything meaningful to do with the tax money you're collecting.
This is overwhelming.
Come on, Texas tech. Why would Texas even be fixing or improving with tax dollars?
I concede.
Alright, so we're gonna get collected company this turn, so it doesn't really matter. And then we'll win the post-board games where they don't draw 3 Thalias and 2 Esper Sentinels.
Meditate and prepare.
No collected company, so you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do.
You could use some training.
Narset being impulse draw.
Overwhelming.
Impulse gain 6 is pretty decent. We take those. Okay, so they're gonna sacrifice Ranger Captain Avios, so I can't cast a spell next turn. But I have Shark Typhoon, so that's fine, right? Because they know expertise is here, Chip. I'm not sure I understand their line here. I feel like this is good for me. We just like chump block with the shark here, and then we make a 5/5, and then next turn we expertise. Are we actually winning this game? Because I want to make a 5/5 shark, chat. That's why I didn't cast this. Okay. Sure. So they're just gonna do it again? Well, their 4/4 can get bigger, chat, because I know literacy is a big problem among Magic players, but this thing gets bigger, chat. So it's a 4/4, not a 1/1, because it grows. It's permanent, chat. So like, you see all my Narsets and yeah, this isn't Scavenging Ooze, chat. This is permanent. Lion Sash is really good. I don't know about really good. It's definitely playable. I think it's much worse than Scavenging Ooze on average. Like, assuming your deck could make equal green and equal red, the Lion Sash is a lot worse than what Scavenging Ooze provides. Never read a card in my life, and I don't intend to start now. More power to you. We're probably dead here. I need to draw like a Fatal Push, right? Okay. So I'm going to cling to dust before I declare blockers. Because if they wanted to eat my card that Cling to Dust was targeting to deny my card draw, they could no longer make Lion Sash lethal. So by doing it before blockers, I get to draw a card. So this gives me one extra shot to draw Fatal Push here to be able to win this game. Oh wait, this is on this. Oh, Fatal Push still does it though, because I could do it on their turn. Two Fatal Pushes left in my deck. Oh, it does the slippery do. Wait. I
wonder if you're brave enough to overcome your fears.
Overcome your fears. Okay, and then, oh no, Fetid Dunes is lethal, chat.
Recoil to the recess of your mind.
Hey, chat. They didn't activate the Fetid Dunes. And they missed it. I mean, they didn't punt. They just chose to play around a removal spell. Because if they go for Fetid Dunes and I don't have a removal spell, they get got, right? Or I have a removal spell, they get got? Do we Thoughtseize? No, we cast second expertise. I'm not dead yet! Things are not looking good for our hero, chat. I probably should have kept the Fatal Push. Alright, believe it or not, all of my Thoughtseizes are coming out here. Really, really close game, considering they were on the play and had triple Thalia, double Esper Sentinel to start. Hung in there a long time. If we hadn't drawn a bunch of Thoughtseizes, we'd have likely won that. Cling seems good for a little life gain. It's pretty awkward against their Lion Sash. We were pretty fortunate. Cling wasn't just a blank draw that game. Yeah, I assume they're green splashes for Collecting Company. Even though we lost that game, chat, my brain still feels huge afterwards, so it's okay. Made plenty of smart feeling moments there. My 3/4. There are many like it, but this one is mine. So all of their things in play are going to have drawn a card here, but they're also all about to gain me a life, and then Sea and Sky is gonna draw me a card, so still. Yeah, especially with Sea and Sky in play, we're favored to win a long game. They didn't fall for the onboard trick, chat. We had Field of Ruin to trigger Revolt for the Fatal Push if they wanted to go for the double block. I forgot this was gonna be tapped. I should have played one of my Psycholians. It definitely feels like a hard cast Shark Typhoon angle, chat. Shark, 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 sharks. Please don't kill me. Shark, 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 sharks. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we shouldn't be dead this turn, I don't think. I don't believe we are dead. Spellbinder makes bigger sharks. That's not true. Shark Typhoon is mana value, and Elite Spellbinder does not change the mana value of the cards you're playing. That's mana value, not mana spent. Now, in a really unfortunate interaction here, the way Expertise interacts with Archon is that if we Expertise, Archon will still be in play, so I actually can't cast the spell off of Expertise. Because Archon will be in play as a -1, -1/0, because it hasn't died to state-based actions while this spell is resolving. I am not attacking with Sea and Sky here, because I do not want to lose the game if my opponent chops down my 4/4 shark. The only way I lose that game is by getting punked out that turn. Yeah, equip. They wanted to crack their clue and draw cards, Sarek. These are the cards you're not allowed to cast by the rules of the game. It's like, thanks, Magic Arena. Thanks for nothing. But Jeff, it works in paper. It definitely does. Putting his mulligan to 4. Look at us skillfully outplaying them. Nailed it. Look at how huge our brain is, chat. We won the match, and Magic's an intellect game. This means I'm intelligent. Such skill, much wow. Turn 0 in, deck is cracked. Oh my gosh, chat. I saw a picture pop up on my phone screen on my Amazon photos for this day in years past, and it's Haley with this mouse at the edge of the table. She's so adorable. She's still pretty adorable, but like she was even littler and more adorable this time last year. She's so tiny. Am I keeping this in the dark against Luris? Probably not. Gix Mage, thank you for the 5 months of Prime. I really appreciate the support. Speaking of Amazon things, thanks for keeping me around. Wouldn't be able to be without folks like you. The Esper Sentinel shall continue until morale improves, Chip. What's going on, Lucas? Thanks for the over 2 years. Welcome back. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Thoughtseize them before we concede here. Commit is great in this matchup. Put target thing away. Let them draw a card for more info. Man, Kane with like the 5-head play. Yeah, that was definitely the line. It's like let them draw the cards so we get to see one more card out of their deck before we scoop. Kane's brain is huge. My brain is tiny and full of stupid. Elden Ring helps my brain. I don't know. Smashing your head into the table sounds like it's probably detrimental to your brain. I'm not a doctor though. I'd consult a physician. Hey, Shadow Lord, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, untapped land would be lovely.
I must train harder.
Spell Pierce. Friend. Go Storm Chaser, go Storm Chaser, go Storm Chaser, go. I think this was the best draw in our deck. They might also have another Spell Pierce here. They do not. You have a Mystic Dispute? You have a Mystic Dispute? Okay. I think Mystic Dispute is much worse than both Spell Pierce and Miscast in their deck. I don't think I'd be playing this card in a deck that cares about sweepers. I think that's a pretty big mistake on their part. Okay. I am committed to making sure this Esper Sentinel goes back into their deck, chat. Indestructible this. Ugh. Come get some. This is why cats hate water, chat. No, don't play a second Esper Sentinel, then I'll have to pay 2 extra mana for all my spells. Oh no! Oh no! Bye, friend. Alright, that was the easy game. Now I gotta try and win one on the draw shit. Maybe they won't have Esper Sentinel into enchantment 2-drop for the 3rd game in a row. It's like pre-fire. Well, to be fair, 4-mana sweepers were actually pretty common pre-fire design. Fire design like pushed the envelope on like various 3-mana sweepers, right? Or things like Divine Whatever and others. No, Divine Whatever. Yeah. That's the good stuff right there, chat. I like the way you do that right there. We need to draw another black source, chat. We need to draw another black source, and we're like coasting. Oh no! Oh no! Hello, darkness, my old friend. How it sucks to meet with you again. Is there anything more peak control deck chat than like looking at your handful of interaction, licking your lips, and then seeing a Danto Vanguard across the table? Like, well, shit. Being on the play is busted, chat. Please nerf being on the play. Dear Watsy. Hey, BJ, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. And we got Thoughtseize bug, too. Alright, I'm off it. Ugh. To set an incredibly low bar, this is the best Magic the Gathering deck I have played in the last 48 hours. While it's definitely not unbeatable by any means, I think this deck is incredibly competitive into basically everything in the format. While you could just obviously get awkward out of games because you're on the draw and Magic's an incredibly play-draw skewed game, like any Magic deck, I think if you play well and mulligan well, you're gonna have a good time with this. I also think a deck like this, if you're someone that's looking to play tournament Magic, like tournaments on MTG Melee, this is a deck that gets much better in open deck list tournament, because you won't get got game one like frequently happens on the ladder, right? Like you're not going to keep a handful of fatal pushes against blue-white control. You're not going to keep a handful of Thoughtseizes against Skrull aggro, etc. So having more information to make mulliganing decisions goes a long way for this deck.